Okay. Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Random live show. Wasn't able to get the Merlot Fridays done yesterday. Really just now getting everything back up and running. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to kick it off. Talk a little boxing. You know what I'm saying? I know this wasn't expected. See if we can get some people in here, man, and chop it up. Salute to everybody coming through. I know this wasn't expected. Shout out to my brother, Kinda Loco Sports. Salute to you, my G. What's happening? Yeah, we back rocking and rolling, man. Wasn't able to get the Merlot Fridays going last night, but shit, we gonna pop it off and talk a little boxing. We got some great fights coming up tonight. You know what I'm saying? A great night of boxing. Excellent through and through. It's a lot of guys that I'm excited to see. Tanner Boy in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Mike Rhyme in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. You know, we just had to pop out one time. You know what I'm saying? Just to check the temperature on y'all and see what's going on. I want to talk about these fights tonight, man. It's a lot of good fights. Well, I mean, let's say we know we got Berchelt and Valdez. Excellent fight. That right there probably going to be some fight of the year type shit. And then, you know, we got Adrien Broner and Santiago. Broner back. You know what I'm saying? Tez Frank in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? He said on the Merlot early this Friday. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Little brunch drink. You know what I'm saying? Little brunch drink. You feel me? Yeah, man. I had to start my day early. I just got everything back up and running. I just got my power and everything back. I was one of the last people in the state of Texas to get their shit back because we had a blown transformer and shit like that. So motherfucking Encore man came out, bro. They came out deep yesterday too. I was in the parking lot. I'm waiting. I'm like, shit, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? My shit finna be back on. Man, they had taped the little shit up and then they dipped and another one came back probably like 10 minutes later. I'm like, damn, okay, bet. So they gonna fix my shit. Bruh said, man, I can't promise you nothing. The transformer blown. So I'm like, oh man, what the fuck? So I went back to my people crib, fell asleep. Bro, I was having dreams of my lights being on. I'm like, shit, man. I'm having motherfucking dreams and shit. Salute to everybody coming through. Pool Counter Box in the building. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother D Lucky in the super chat. Thank you, my brother, for coming through and showing love. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I was having dreams and shit about my license shit being on. So I randomly woke up early as hell. And then I got a text said, your shit was restored. So I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I had started my day early as fuck. You feel me? Had to come through and make sure everything was good, man. But you know, I had to get on here and chop this boxing up with y'all, man. Said the fighters don't fight enough. Let me say, that's why we be needing tune-ups. What y'all talking about? Oh, I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talking about people not making the big fights, all this marinating and shit. I feel you. Sheldon Moore in the building. Salute to you, brother. Yeah, everything good, man. Appreciate you for asking. Everything A1. You know what I'm saying? We got everything back on track. I was out of commission pretty much this whole week. I literally just got everything back up and running this morning. Salute to the Queen Coco J in the building. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Appreciate your diligence. You know what I'm saying? Say, just left the gym at Waffle House watching you. Hey, already, bro. Good shit, man. We gonna chop it up, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but we gonna chop it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go the whole week without really just getting a chance to talk to y'all like that, man. Mike Rhymes say I got Valdez already. Hey, and what's crazy, I seen a poll, I think it was on ES News. I saw a poll and like 70%, I think it may have tipped, excuse me. I think it may have tipped a little bit more in, it's still in Valdez, it's heavy Valdez, but some other people have picked Berchelt as well. But that was a surprise to me that like 70% on that ES News polls had picked Valdez. So I'm like, damn, okay. And it's a great fight. Like, this is a 50-50 fight. You got two game bred guys, both have championship DNA, you know what I'm saying? Both of them, they dog, you know what I'm saying? So, and both extremely skilled. So I'm not surprised that a lot of people think Valdez gonna win, but I didn't know it was that overwhelmingly on his side, because I just feel like stylistically in this fight, Berchelt just match up perfect. You know, they both match up good with each other because Berchelt gonna come forward. Valdez is a good counterpuncher. So they both match up well with each other. But I like Berchelt's frame at 130. I like his size advantage versus Valdez. Think he got a little bit of the reach advantage as well. And his offense, man. His offense is phenomenal. And I think that this fight will turn into an offensive fight. And I don't know if he'll be able to handle that. Salute to the Queen Coco J in the super chat. Thank you so much for coming through and showing love. I greatly appreciate it. Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? Say glad you made it through. Hope all the supplies in these grocery stores ain't got. Oh yeah, real talk. I got everything, man. To the graces of God, by the graces of God. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful, man. Humble, blessed. This was a very, very humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? Not that I needed that shit, but you know, it's always humbling to be able to see, you know, fall off a little bit, have a little situation happen where you really appreciate shit. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy when I walked into my crib and it's heat in this motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, my crib was 32 degrees, bro. 32 degrees, you know what I'm saying? 32 degrees, and it's already colder than it's ever been in the state of Texas outside, and you walk inside, it's 32 degrees in the crib. Bruh, no way. Very humbling. But we good now. That shit behind us, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Say, let's not forget Valdez had his jaw broke. Yup, a lot of wear and tear. Things like that matter, especially when you're going against a power puncher like Berchelt. Things like that matter because one shot, I told y'all, and I mentioned in that breakdown, I told y'all that one punch could change the fight. Even if you don't stop a guy, you could change the fight with one punch. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother D Live in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We A1, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through and showing love for sure. Coco J said, I want to move to Texas. I'm tired of STL. I'm so over this snow here. Yeah, I got a partner from St. Louis. You know, he said it'd be like that all the time out there. But yeah, Texas cool, man. You know, like we ain't never experienced no shit like this before. You know what I'm saying? Like Texas is normally like winter-wise, it's cool. You're gonna have mostly hot summer type days, even when it's, you know, fall, spring, you're gonna have some nice weather. But the wintertime, you really never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it don't even get cold. But then sometimes you'll have some snow. But the shit ain't never been like that though, as far as those temperatures. The shit that was just here this past week, it ain't never been that cold. Not as long as I've been here. Valentine in the building, salute to you. What's happening? What's going on? So everybody, let me see who everybody got in this Berchelt and Valdez fight though. You know what I'm saying? Before we get on my boy AB, who everybody got? I know one of y'all was talking about Valdez. Okay, Sheldon Moore said Valdez stops Berchelt late. Damn, you got him stopping him? Miracle Video Productions in the building. Salute to you, my brother, for coming through. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. You know, we had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? We had to switch it up real quick, man. You feel me? Berchelt, KO 7th round. I got it. Berchelt. Okay. Man, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Now, Valdez by stoppage, though, D-Live say Valdez. See, I like that, bro. I like the parity. I like, you know, when it's not a foregone conclusion on who's going to win the fight. This is a great fight. Man. Like I said in the breakdown, I feel like whoever imposes their style the most will win. And when I watch Berchelt, he always, even when he got stopped, that one time. Even when he got knocked out, he got hit with a left hook while throwing two left hooks. He was throwing a double left hook. He threw one to the, I think he started the first one to the body and then tried to come back up to the top, and he got caught in the exchange. Even in that fight, he was forcing the action and creating a war. And I feel like in this fight with Valdez, he gonna do the same thing and impose his style and make Valdez have to go through a war. And I feel like Valdez gonna be in some spots where he's having to throw punches when he really don't have to, and I think he gonna get caught with something. But the interesting thing is Valdez is a very good counter puncher, and he can set and ambush Berchelt up with something where he can catch him, lacking and shit. So I could definitely see it going both ways, man. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. What y'all think about Tanner Boy said he got Berchelt by TKO. What y'all think about this guy that Adrien Broner is fighting? Santiago. Have y'all seen tape on what's his name? Jovan Santiago? Have y'all seen any tape on him? I watched a little bit of tape on him, you know what I'm saying? As much as I could find. What I'm gathering from this guy, because I've never, before this fight was announced, I never heard of Santiago before, never seen any type of film on him. Yeah, y'all saying the same thing. I ain't know nothing about the dude. So I went and tried to find some type of tape on him. And what I gathered is that, he's like an inch taller than AB. I think he's like 5'7.5", something like that. But both of them, they really got natural 140 frames, 135 and 140 frames. So I'm guessing at the last minute, this fight got pushed up to welterweight, which, I mean, it's cool. Both guys seem like that they could naturally, make 147 with no problem. So I don't see it advantage for AB or advantage for Santiago, especially with Santiago having the larger frame. He got a 1 inch reach advantage over AB. And what I gathered from his film, though, is that he can punch. He can hit, which always makes fights interesting. No matter what you got going on, no matter the skill gap, between the favorite and this new guy that we never seen before, it's always interesting when you in there with a guy that can punch. This dude can hit. Now, his problem that I see is that he's very, very slow, especially compared to Adrien Broner. And if Adrien Broner is, using his counter punching and a hand speed, that's normally his game, especially since he moved up to welterweight, he's sitting on the back foot, or sitting stationary and trying to counterpunch. Hopefully incorporate a little bit more movement in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But this guy can hit though. I don't think he has the hand speed to really try to like catch AB with something that he don't see. I feel like AB should see everything that this dude throw because he don't have the hand speed, but he got power. And I'm talking about real power. Now, I know people be like, well, this guy got knockouts, but he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? But this dude got real power. I'm talking about, you can't train your chin. You can train your neck and shit and, make sure your punch resistance is as optimal as possible. You know what I'm saying? But if your chin, if you get hit with something by a motherfucker who can punch, but anybody can go. And he knocking dudes out with a lot of body shots too. I'm talking about like 1-punch knockouts. Those, how you could tell when a dude like really got power, like where he barely grazed. You know what I'm saying? Like, the punch landed and it landed good, but it wasn't all the way flush. Like, he got that touch you type of power from what I seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes going down after a shot to the body or a shot to the head, like on the temple, these boys is out of there. You dig what I'm saying? So, and he undefeated, so he don't got that mentality like he know how to lose and shit like that. So I think it's gonna be interesting with the power factor. AB gonna have to be sharp, but I expect from what I seen though, as far as the speed advantage for AB is gonna be a big difference. Say if AB not letting his hands go, they the same speed. That's facts. What I will say though, but even when AB is not being as offensive as we know he can be, if he's in there with a guy that's extremely slower than him, I think you will still see the difference even with the low activity of Adrien Broner. If we get the AB that sit back and try to wait on counter shots every time and, you know what I'm saying, and really don't go for the gusto or really put that offensive game together, just playing straight defense and countering very sparingly. If we get that AB, I still think that AB is good enough to beat this guy just based off of his hand speed advantage alone. Because those little jabs that AB gonna throw, he gonna throw the straight right. He gonna throw the left hook, of course. I think he gonna land a lot of that stuff because I don't see dude being able to like catch AB with a whole lot of stuff being that slow, and then also having a lack of ability to get out of the way of AB's counter. So I think you're gonna see AB shine in this fight. He just got to be real sharp because this dude really can hit. So if he lands some, he can really hurt you. Say Merlot Saturdays. Hey man, you can call it Merlot Saturdays, man. This shit, it's just a pop-up. You know what I'm saying? We popping up right now. You feel me? Say AB gonna be rusty. What time to fight? What time is the fight? Pacific time. I know Central time. I think it's like 9 my time, Central time. So for y'all, it's gonna be 7. I don't know if it's 8:30 or 9 though. Normally Showtime cards like this start at around like 9 o'clock and shit. Salute to the brother Jamil Allen, aka Jelly Bean 428. Boy, your name long as hell. Salute to you, my brother, for coming through. I appreciate it. Brandon Lynn's in the building. Salute. Shout out to my brother D Lucky in the super chat coming through and showing love. Thank you, my brother. Salute to you. I appreciate it. He said AB is good at rolling with punches. That's facts. That's facts. Got to give AB credit. I know, me included, we get very frustrated with Adrien Broner. You know what I'm saying? His lack of punch output. What seems over time, his lack of dedication to the game. But, I think, Adrien Broner definitely has some skills to be able to not only survive in the ring with these pound for pound caliber fighters and top elite upper echelon type of guys that he's been in the ring with. He also has beaten some decent guys as well. So he definitely has the skills. And no matter how much we get frustrated with AB, we gotta be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? We got to acknowledge that. So dude definitely got skills. And so it's 9 Eastern time. So it's going to be 8 my time and 6 your time, brother. That was asking for Pacific time. But 503 line in the building. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for coming through. Say 9 on Showtime. Top rank. Got the ESPN card. Yup. I'm definitely going to be watching both of them, man. I'm going to be watching both of them. Jay Harris, Too Real in the building. Salute to you, my brother, for coming through. I appreciate that. Trino Martin in the building. Salute. Said, what you think Tank got under his sleeve? That's a good question. Because I hear that Tank is talking about going to 126. I don't know how true that is. A possible fight with Gary Russell Jr. If you asking me, like I wouldn't advise him to go to 126. I don't see the point unless he's trying to be a 3 belt, trying to hold multiple belts in one weight class and shit. I mean, hold the belt in multiple weight classes at the same time. I don't know if he's just trying to like add some accolades. So I don't know, but if he fighting Gary Russell Jr., I don't see why Gary Russell Jr. won't come up to 130. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why Gary Russell Jr. won't come up to 130. You feel me? That's what I don't understand. So, because Gary Russell Jr. was willing to go up to he said that he was willing to go up to fight Devin Haney at 135, and he was even willing to go up to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford. Now, how true that is, we really can't say because neither of those fights happened. But if he was willing to do that, I would suspect that he can make 130 comfortably and be strong and, be able to do his thing against Tank. At least, give his best effort. I don't think for Tank being at the level that he's at, the stature that he's at, that he should have to drop down to 126. He's already, probably having maybe he's not having issues now because he's been better ever since he moved to Vegas and started training and, having Floyd around him and making sure his diet and everything was on point and getting in shape healthier. But that don't mean you want to push it and go to 126. Now, the only logical reason why I would think that, as far as him actually, or the only logical thing that I would say that makes sense about him going back to 126 is if he's just trying to capture that title and be able to hold belts in 2 different weight classes at the same time. That's the only thing. Said I think it's Gary Russell at a 128 catch weight. Damn, but that's what I don't understand. Like, why is it at a catch weight? Why would the fight be at a catch weight? Like, bro, Gary Russell can make 130. That don't make no sense to me. I mean, if Tank them cool with it, hey, I don't know who's requesting that, but if it's Gary Russell requesting that, I'm like, bro, why would you want to do that? Tank must want to dethrone Russell. You just took the words out of my mouth. Said I saw Tank might be fighting Berchelt at 140. Yeah, that's tough. I really don't like Tank Davis at 140. I don't. It gotta be against like a specific guy. It has to be somebody that Tank Davis specifically matches up well with. You know what I'm saying? For him to go to 140. I don't like the height disadvantage that he gonna have. Is gonna be, you know, the reach disadvantage, and guys are just naturally bigger. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like Tank Davis at 140 like that. And like who? I can't even say. I can't even pick a guy that I would feel comfortable. Not saying that Tank can't beat guys at 140. I think he definitely can. But I just don't like that weight class for Tank. I think he caps out at 135. You know what I'm saying? And 135 to me is kind of pushing it. For Tank Davis, 130 really is the sweet spot for him. I can't really think of nobody in him fighting at 140. The Berchelt fight, it'll be a good fight, but I don't know. I don't know what they would be trying to prove with that. You know what I'm saying? Proud father in the building, salute to you. What's happening? Say all this weird shit going on in the sport lately. Yeah, man. Weird ass shit. Weird ass shit. Mike Rhymes says, has Gary ever moved up? That's a great question. He did fight at 122. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he did fight the King Tug. Wasn't that fight at 130 or was it at 126? But I think it's about time for him to go ahead and officially move up to 130. You know what I'm saying? Move up to 130. Tez Frank, I agree. I just think he's too small in stature for 140. You know what I'm saying? Not that he can't compete with these guys from a skill level. I'm not saying that, but he just ain't got the frame for it. Guys are going to have too many advantages over him, and he really going to have to fight at his best. Literally, every time he step in the ring, he going to have to be at his best because he already fighting an uphill battle, literally. Tito Donis in the building, salute, said Adrien Broner should have trained with Robert Garcia when it was offered. Hey, you know what? I never even really thought about how Adrien Broner would look with a guy like Robert Garcia. Now that I think about it, though, you know, Robert is good at, you know, getting guys to throw the jab and be consistent with the jab. So I think maybe that would have worked for him because if you watch fights where Adrien Broner has been consistent with his jab, he always has success. You know what I'm saying? Always has success. Go back to the Antonio DeMarco fight. Go back to the John Molina fight. You know what I'm saying? He always has success when he fights with his jab. When he lead with his jab and he be consistent with it, because that opened up everything else. You know, if you throwing a jab consistently, you throwing punches. And what that does is get you in a rhythm to be able to set everything up. When you see Adrien Broner having most of his issues, it's because he's just inactive. He ain't even using the jab. So now everything is, I gotta hit you with the check left hook, or I gotta hit you with, you know, a right uppercut or something. He trying to set up just straight power shots, and we all know that you can't really look for the knockout in boxing, and you can't just try to wait for, unless you Deontay Wilder, you could just try to wait to set up one shot. Everybody can't do that shit. And Adrien Broner, sometimes he'll get locked into just sitting back waiting on one spectacular shot that never comes, and he ends up never throwing punches, and you fucking lose the fight. You know what I'm saying? So when I see Adrien Broner popping his jab, that's when he's really at his best because it opened everything up. And I think maybe a guy like Robert Garcia could pull that out of him. I would also like to see, of course, Derrick James. I would love to see AB with a Derrick James. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that who's not only just a trainer, he's a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to give you the knowledge, give you the game. Shit, I would love, I know this shit would never happen because the egos and shit, but I would love for AB to really just like do some work with Floyd and you know, like really do some work with Floyd, like with the intent to get better, not just to be around Floyd, not just to be on some friend shit, like actually with the intent to get better. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Virgil Hunter. Yeah, for real. For real. You know, maybe what's my man name? Coach Ronnie Shields. You know, Ronnie Shields. That'll be a great addition to his training team. Walter Lee in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Yes, sir. Everything good in the state of Texas, man. Everything A1. We right back on track. Salute to the brother JY in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, my brother. He say people get it twisted like AB still ain't the money man at 140, 147. AB got one of the strongest followings in boxing. Big facts. Talk your shit, brother, and talk them facts. You know what I'm saying? That's big facts. And that's one thing that I feel like Nick J. Hey, salute to you, Queen, for coming through. Yes, man. We sipping already. I started my day early, man. It's been a long week for your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long week for your boy. So, you know, we celebrate. We in a celebratory spirit. We doing our thing. But yeah, man, people gotta give AB his flowers, man. You can say what you want about AB, but the fact is that, you know, he put work and time into the game. Keep in mind, we're talking about 2011, 2012. AB was out here fighting for championships. You know what I'm saying? AB was out here moving up multiple weight classes. You know, beat Gavin Reeves at 130. What was that? Matter of fact, no. Before he even went up, you know, he went straight to 135 and beat Antonio DeMarco. Antonio DeMarco was the man in the division right then and at that time. You feel me? He went up, first fight, 135, whoop, whoop, championship. You know what I'm saying? Went up, 147. I already had won titles at 135, 140. You know what I'm saying? So, 126. You feel me? No, 130. AB doing this thing. You feel me? Plus, he done built up the persona and the status and the vibe around him, the image, where it make people want to pay to see AB. So anytime you got to fight with AB, you know people gonna watch. You know people gonna come to see the pre-fight. They want to see the weigh-in. They want to see all the interviews. You know what I'm saying? They want to see everything because it's AB. You know, so he's not just a boxer. He really a whole entertainer. Now, you know, I understand everybody would want to see AB take his career more seriously. We want to see AB, the fighter, reach his full potential. Yeah, we seen what you can do from a business standpoint. Phenomenal. If you look at where Adrien Broner came from, you know what I'm saying? Look at the environment he came from and look at everything that he been through. Now, a lot of that shit was self-inflicted, but you still got to consider everything he done been through all the way up until this point. Bruh, AB really doing this shit. So when he come back and ask for these big numbers, you gonna have to meet him either at that number, you gonna have to meet him somewhere in the middle, because he really commands that type of you know, fan support. He commands that type of viewership. His numbers is always gonna look good with it when you talk about the ratings. You know, he can come back and do a pay-per-view with a top fighter, and people gonna buy it because they gonna get the total package with AB. You know, so he say, Derek Lincoln say everyday Merlot, huh? Man, I'm on my little player passion, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my Hennessy with the Grand Marnier. You know what I'm saying? I be keeping it smooth, man. I be keeping it real smooth, something light. I ain't doing too much, you feel me? On a Saturday, you know what I mean? Little brunch drink on a Saturday, we coolin'. But look, people got to give my boy AB his flowers. He deserved this shit. He put the time and the work in. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm AB, I'll come back and just fight, 2 or 3 Santiagos. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight, one here, one there. Maybe if I'm AB, I try to fight 3 times a year. I ain't got to fight no killers because people still going to want to see me. You know what I'm saying? So what he can do is come in and fight 2 Santiagos, and then that third fight will be a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's actually a threat, somebody that may have some status, maybe a championship fight. Like, he can slowly but surely work his way back into the limelight and be the star that Adrien Broner has always been. He can do that. Because he built the name. He built the brand. Said AB versus Victor Ortiz. Shit, why not? Victor fucking Ortiz, man. I don't know if I want to watch Victor Ortiz again. I'm tired of that dude, man. He's salute to the brother Derek Lincoln back in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love. I appreciate it. He say we giving AB his flowers because his career is dead. Damn, man. Hey, but no, you saying some real shit though, because I was talking to my boy. He was like, we fuck with AB. He said, I fuck with AB, but his career, he wise. I think he wise. You know what I'm saying? We know he got the talent and the skills, but he washed up. And I respectfully understood where he was coming from with that. You know what I'm saying? I understood that because you disappointed in the fact that he don't throw his hands in the biggest fights. He don't let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? You know that he could be better than what he is. I totally get the disappointment. But at the same time, we had to also have this conversation as well. Like, you look at what he did. You look at the brand that he built for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, AB accomplished a lot of shit. 4-division champion. People can say, well, he didn't beat nobody. Man, look, AB also is a guy that never turned down no fights, that never ducked no smoke. Can you even think of a fight or an opportunity that Adrien Broner had to fight a guy that was a supposed threat and AB turned it down? I ain't never seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the type, that's why people fuck with AB. You know what I'm saying? Because he might not do everything that you want him to do in the fight, but he willing to fight anybody. And he gonna put on a show at least building up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? AB bring the total package. Y'all remember when Marcos Maidana and Lucas Matisse was like the 2 hardest hitting motherfuckers in or around his weight class? Y'all remember that? I'm talking about, I think Marcos Maidana had just came off of the Josecito Lopez when Josecito Lopez was something. You feel me? And then, that was a great fight. He showed his power. He came off the Victor Ortiz win. Like, Marcos Maidana was, and he had just got with Robert Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Marcos Maidana really was on that. And then Lucas Matisse, everybody was saying that he was just some monster, the hardest hitter in boxing, all this shit. Those was the 2 guys in or around AB division at that time. Maidana and Lucas Matisse was the 2 strongest guys that everybody feared. That it was a perceived fear and threat from these guys. You dig what I'm saying? So Adrien Broner, he said, all right, I'm going to put a poll up. And let y'all pick. It's only these 2 dudes. Do y'all want me to fight Lucas Matisse or you want me to fight Marcos Maidana? Bro, he really put the poll up and the people picked Marcos Maidana. So what Adrien Broner do? He go up first. He had already went up, got the belt, beat Paulie Malignaggi. That's his first fight at 147. You really can't. Paulie ain't got no power like that. You know what I'm saying? He got some skill, but he ain't got no power like that. So you really can't test what these 147 pounders, what type of heat they really bringing by getting in with Paulie. Yeah, it's a good little, stay busy fight, and it's a good way to acclimate at 147. But he comes up the next fight and fights Marcos Maidana because the fans picked for him to fight Marcos Maidana. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit off of the strength of the fans. Like, you see how, and one of the brothers mentioned it when we first started the show. One of y'all said that, I think it was Poor Counter Boxing. You were saying that, shit fucked up now because we got to wait so long to get these fights. We got to beg for these fights. And then, most of the fights that we want to happen, them bitches ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Adrien Broner is one of the few guys, like, we can count we can probably count on one hand like all the guys, the top names that really just gonna accept any smoke that come their way. Adrien Broner was one of those dudes, and he's still that type of dude. Like, he'll fight anybody, bro. He'll fight anybody. You gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that. I ain't never seen AB duck no smoke. Said Broner versus Virgil Ortiz. That's a good fight. I like that. That's a good fight. If Virgil Ortiz beats Maurice Hooker, which I haven't done the prediction yet on that, so you know what I'm saying? Sit tight. We ain't gonna do no official prediction. But if he can get past Maurice Hooker, I would love to see that fight. I would love to see that fight. You know? I would love to see that fight. Said Broner got a great chin. Facts. Facts. Like, look at the Maidana fight, bro. Like, look at everything that he been through. It's other fights where Adrien Broner's chin was tested. You know what I'm saying? He has plenty of fights where his chin was tested and he was able to withstand the onslaught of power. His chin, you know, he stood up to all the power punchers, got knocked down versus Maidana. The first one was was an overhand. It was a left hook. I think it was either a wild ass left hook or overhand right. Yeah, he caught him with that left hook. He faked it to the body and then came up top, knocked him down, and then the second one was a body shot. You know, but AB, it showed you that he's durable. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? My favorite performance versus Adrien Broner, Emmanuel Taylor. I go back to that shit every time because AB really dug deep in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He really dug deep, and Emmanuel Taylor at the time had a lot of steam and momentum, and shit, he fought him in Cincinnati, did his thing. You know, came out on top, had to pull out a 12-round knockdown. You know? Now, I will say this. I think Adrien Broner should be fighting at 140. I do believe that. Welterweight, I don't think he has the size and the dedication to the game to really thrive at welterweight. I think he got the skills, but if he gonna be good at welterweight and compete with the top guys, Adrien Broner got to be focused on boxing like he's never been focused on boxing in his life. Adrien Broner gonna have to take this shit to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Yeah, the Antonio DeMarco performance, that's my number 2. That used to be my number 1 until the Emmanuel Taylor fight happened. And I'm gonna tell you like this. In that DeMarco fight, he literally just came out, and you know, DeMarco was a warrior, so he ain't go easy, but he came out and controlled, like he set the tone in that DeMarco fight early with the jab. He came in, you know, shoulder roll with the jab, popping it out, cutting the ring off, closing the distance, and fighting in the phone booth with the jab, setting everything up behind that. You know what I'm saying? And he literally broke Antonio DeMarco down over the course of, what was that, 8, 9 rounds? If you want to see a fighter get broken down systematically, go back and watch Broner versus DeMarco. He literally broke him down systematically. You know what I'm saying? And with the Emmanuel Taylor fight, I just love the fact that AB, he had to dig deep because it wasn't no way that he was going to take that L like that in Cincinnati. It wasn't no way he was going to take an L like that. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that the fight was close. Emmanuel Taylor was coming on, I would say, in rounds 8, round 9. AB had a surge in round 10 where he threw at the last, 10, 13 seconds of round 10, he threw an amazing, to this day, that's the best, you know, one combination that I've ever seen Adrien Broner. It was like 6, 7 punches. Beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like amazing shit. Highlight reel type shit. And Taylor continued to come on, I would say like the 11th round and the beginning of the 12th. And then AB took over the second half of the 12th. And then he got a knockdown, which he needed that shit. He probably still would have got the win narrowly. But he needed that knockdown to really just make the statement and close it like, yeah, this my shit. You feel me? Like, that's one of the most exciting performances that I ever seen, and that's my favorite one from Broner. But he's had plenty of different fights, man, where he, you know, in spots, he'll turn it up and you see the potential of Adrien Broner, you see his ability, and you like, damn, why can't I get more of that? You know, and I think above anything, it's more of a mental thing with Adrien Broner. It's not a physical thing. It's more mental than anything. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man. He say, what's up, Dante? How I appreciate you for coming through. He say, facts 140 going to be his best chance. The 147 cat's too big. I agree with that, bro. I agree. I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Salute, hey, Chef Curry in the building. Salute to you, my brother, for coming through. He said, salute contender regime boxing in the chat. It's fight night, nickel. Pinky voice already. 100, man. It's a lot of good boxing on tonight, y'all. A lot of good boxing. What y'all think about Robert Easter Jr.? Y'all excited to see him back? I ain't seen E Bunny in a long time, man. I ain't seen E Bunny in a long time. Box King said when AB boxes on his toes and lets his hands go, he's an illmatic. I think it's his conditioning. Damn, okay. That's a good point of view, brother, and I really haven't thought about it like that. I know he's been having, you know, he get big in between fights. He don't really stay in shape year round. So that could definitely be a problem on why he's so stationary. You know, and again, I think it's a mental thing because you gotta have the awareness of where you at in this game. You gotta have the awareness and understanding of what you need to do to stay on top of your shit. You know, so he gotta realize that, bro, I gotta stay in shape year round so I can have that endurance, so I can be able to move and pop that jab, use my footwork, use my angles and my distance. Like that's what takes you from being just a talented and skilled fighter to being great and being elite. That's what take these guys to the next level, man. You gotta have that mental aspect of the game, because if you ain't got that, you just another fighter. You just another athletic guy. That's it. Say Robert Easter versus Robert Easter called out Devin Haney. I heard about that. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. He said I heard that he said he'll welcome him to 140. That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. And I like the 140-pound division for Robert Easter. I just feel like he needs to get back active. I don't know how long it's gonna be until Devin Haney goes up to 140. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a good fight. I remember back when Devin Haney was like, what was he like, 21-0? You know what I'm saying? He was like 21-0, something like that. And he was calling out, this was back when Robert Easter was champion at 135. And he was calling him out. He was like, look, man, say, Robert Easter, I want a shot at the title. I want to fight you. But Easter kind of blew him off. And, you know, understandably so, at that time, Devin Haney was, you know, he had just turned pro. He was young as fuck, like 19, I believe. He was young as hell. But he had got a whole lot of fights up under his belt early. And he felt like he was ready, but Robert East was like, man, you ain't did shit yet, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Come holler at me when you do something. So, you know, I understand why he didn't take the fight then, but I like that fight around, like now, as soon as Devin Haney does move up to 140, I would like that fight. Said Easter need to go up. You think he need to go up to 147? I don't really think he done enough at 140 yet. You know what I'm saying? He gotta, I feel like he gotta, you know what I'm saying? He gotta do his thing at 140 and go crazy. You know? He gotta do something, yeah. Now 147, for real, Nick J, I agree. I think he'll get hurt up there. You know? Now, he got the frame to fight at 147, even 154, but the way Robert Easter fight, he don't fight tall with his jab and box. He don't really do that. He like to slug it out and shit. He get up there at 147 and he gonna get hurt real bad. Gene Kennesaw Thomas in the building, salute. Said Easter and Broner both better let their hands go today. I agree. Definitely. I think Robert Easter will. I think with Robert Easter being out of the ring for so long, I think this is one of his longest, probably his longest layoff, if I'm not mistaken. I think he gonna come back energized, ready to throw a lot of punches, and it's gonna be a dog fight. He fighting another brother. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a dog fight. You dig what I'm saying? And Adrien Broner, to be honest, I don't know what the hell he gonna do. I don't know what to expect from AB, and that's always the wildest shit to me. That's always the wildest shit because as much as we all say, man, I wish AB did this, I wish AB did that. There are times where he does come out and, show you glimpses of that. And it's sometimes where if you say, damn, I wish AB would come out box on his toes. Go back to the John Molina fight. He actually came out, boxed on his toes, used the jab, was using head movement, was countering, was setting up shots. He was doing everything. So you really never know what you're going to get from AB. That's the biggest issue. There's no consistency there. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't say, man. But what I'm expecting, though, I am expecting AB to come out, get the victory, look good. Hopefully that's what happens. He come out, do his thing, man, put on a show. But I know what Robert Easter gonna do. I know Robert Easter gonna come out and he gonna try to put on a show. He gonna throw hella punches. This shit might be, you might see a dominating performance from Robert Easter Jr. I just got a feeling that he been out the ring too long. He gonna come out and try to. That's his type of mentality. He gonna go out. He gonna come out there and try to put on a show. Dalen Puller in the building. Salute. Say salute to the channel. It's Tank. It said it's Tank, Gary Russell next in line. I hope so. And even if they doing it at a catch weight, my brother, man, look, I'm cool with it. If they both of them cool with the weight, I'm cool with it. I just don't understand why they would fight below 130. I don't get it. Like both of them can obviously make 130. Gary Russell Jr. has mentioned that he would even go higher to fight. We know Tank has fought as high as 135. So I just don't understand, why they would fight at 126 or even do a catch weight at 128. I don't know, but that's what they own. And if both of them cool with it, if they both can make the weight healthy, comfortably, be strong, then we gonna see a good fight. We gonna see a hell of a fight. Said Broner's hands gonna be too fast for Santiago tonight. Santiago is more of a plotter that likes to hook mid-range. I agree. And he got a lot of power. He got a whole lot of power. But I think the problem that he gonna come into is gonna be the hand speed from Adrien Broner. I feel like AB is gonna hit him with shit before he can actually get his punches off. And AB will disrupt his rhythm simply because of the hand speed. That's what I predict the fight will look like. You know what I'm saying? Now, AB still got to be sharp because if you let this dude hit you, he can hurt you. Now, I know he ain't fought nobody, but this dude got real power, man. You watch the tape, you see these dudes going down. I'm talking about he touching them, and they going down. You dig me? He touching them, and they going down. You feel me? This ain't no, because I'm fighting bums, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to call fighters bums and shit, but let's say, because I'm fighting nobodies and lesser competition, I can overwhelm them with volume and make the ref stop the fight. I ain't talking about he not getting those type of knockouts. He get knockouts where he touching motherfuckers and they fold, and I'm talking about to the body, to the head. This Santiago dude, he can hit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I know. That's all I know he can hit. I ain't really just seen him make adjustments. I ain't seen him use, all his skills and stuff. So I really don't know what to expect. But I know that motherfucker got power. Real power. That's all I know. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln back in the super chat. Thank you for coming through and showing love, man. He said Rashid, Robert, and Broner done all those about billion fighters. Need they flowers. He said, all of them done. They need those, all those about billion fighters need they flowers. They need a whole funeral. Damn. My boy Derek Lincoln putting their ass in the dirt. Shit. Bro, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Rashid Warren, speaking of him, like, bro, what happened to Rashid Warren, bro? I thought he was going to be good. I thought he was gonna like actually make some noise, but he don't ever fight. Like, do Rashid Warren ever fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, AB said this is the guy that he looked up to when he was coming up. You know? And if you listen to other fighters like Earl Spence, you listen to, you know, all the guys that was around during that time frame where they was coming up in the amateurs, Olympic trials, different shit like that, all these different tournaments. Everybody always speaks so highly of Rashid Warren. But the dude don't never fight. That's what I don't understand. Like, I thought he was really gonna be something, because I heard people talk about him all the time. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with him, but Robert Easter Jr., I feel like he still has an opportunity to cap out. I don't think he's reached his cap, his full potential. I do believe that Robert Easter Jr. has, you know, he still got some years left for him to really turn up and do his thing. Adrien Broner too, man. The brother and that's another thing. Going back to the flowers, Derek Lincoln. That's why I say give AB his flowers, bro, because we talking about a 4-division champion. We talking about a guy who never turned down no fades. He done been in there with top competition. I'm talking about the best of the best, from Manny Pacquiao to Marcos Maidana. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done been in there with the very best. You know what I'm saying? Antonio DeMarco, Sean Porter. You dig what I'm saying? He been in there with top guys. Jesse Vargas. You feel me? So he's 31 years old, and he done accomplished all of that in such a short period of time. Like, think about it like this. Earl Spence 30 right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, we not comparing resumes, but look at the age. He 30 years old. So think about how long AB been in the game and all the shit that he been doing at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like 22, 23, 24. You got to respect that shit. Boys got to put some respect on AB name. Just like keeping it 100 with you. Boys really got to put some respect on AB name. That's facts. Boys got to put some respect on AB name. You know what I'm saying? Say, could we possibly see Broner becoming a 5-time champ at 154? Not if Jermell Charlo become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after Jermell go up and relinquish his titles and shit. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to go up there and capture something. Broner, Prograis, Keith Thurman, Pacquiao are all becoming has-beens. That's pretty harsh, bro. I don't really think you can. Bro said has. He didn't say why. She said has-beens. Damn. I don't really think you can put Pacquiao in that category, you know, because he a legend. So you really can't say he a has-been. You know, legends never die. You know, Pacquiao can be around for however long he want to, and he'll still have clout because he a legend. You know, he can get his ass beat 2 or 3 more times. He'll be a legend. But especially if he keep on winning these fights like he did versus Keith Thurman, you know, he'll do his thing. So I can't put him in that category. Keith Thurman, I'm not really ready to call Keith Thurman a has-been or washed yet, because he only got that one loss with Manny Pacquiao, and he put up a valiant effort. He put up a good fight. You know, when I told y'all Keith was going to get his ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao, I seen that shit coming. But, you know, I felt like he did put up a good effort, and I still want to see Earl Spence and Keith Thurman fight. You know. Salute to the brother Champ Side in the building. Thank you for coming through and showing love, man. That's the big homie Champ Side. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother right there, man. Thank you for coming through. You feel me? But yeah, you know, I feel like you said Regis beats Teofimo at 140. Yeah, I've been said that. I agree with that. I think Teofimo will have Teofimo Lopez. He gonna have issues with all of the top guys at 140. You know, if we talking about Josh Taylor, Ramirez, Regis Prograis, that's a tough fight. All of them. You know, I like Adrien Broner versus Regis Prograis. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I really can't say who wins that. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I know what to expect more from Regis Prograis than I do Adrien Broner. So I would say Regis Prograis will be the favorite in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I like AB chances as well. It just depends on which AB you gonna get. Said Pacquiao a duck and B Hop ruined his career. Damn, hey, salute to my brother King Watt in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, dog. What's happening, man? Hey, you see, we got everything back up and running, baby. We good, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we lit, literally. You know, we got electricity around this bitch, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? For real. Say Warren fighting on AB undercard. Josh Warren, you say Warren. Warren who? Say, damn, where my nigga at? Salute. Hey, what's up, man? What's happening? 100, man. I appreciate you for coming through. You feel me? We in here, man. We in here. But yeah, man, I just had to chop it up with y'all, and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to do my Merlot Fridays last night because I literally just got all the electricity and everything about 4 or 5 a.m. this morning, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This morning. So I had to pop up and chop it up with y'all one time, man. And like I told people, man, we got to give AB his flowers. You know, I don't know what to expect tonight. You feel me? I don't know what to expect. But look, I feel like AB gonna go out there. He gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And shit, boxing need AB. You feel me? Boxing need this type of personality. Number one, I'm gonna tell you, before we get out of here, let me explain, let me give an overview on why boxing need AB. You know what I'm saying? Boxing need AB because we got all these dudes out here they going the business route. AB had built this business up from the ground off top. So he was good. He had the promotions, he had the rates, he had the ratings, he had the numbers. People gonna pay to see AB no matter what, just off of the strength of him. He the total package. But then on top of that, AB ain't ducking nobody. AB has accepted all fades. He been in there with the best. He ain't never turned down no fades. AB was willing to fight anybody, man. Look at his resume, even the losses. He been in there with tip-top competition. Dudes that a lot of these guys don't want no smoke with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys getting off of fights and they turning them down, you know, some for business reasons and some for health reasons. But AB ain't turning down no fades, you know what I'm saying? So you got to respect that. And then on top of that, you know, the boxing community and boxing as a whole need AB off of the strength that he gonna bring the entertainment value. He gonna bring personality when you watch an AB interview, and that's why he need to be on Showtime. I like the fact that he on Showtime. You dig what I'm saying? AB need to have, you know, a platform to where he can just be free and be himself, talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Use the language that he want to use. The fans love that. The fans love the authentic AB because they know they going to get a show every time. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, bro, boxing need AB. And shit, I hope y'all enjoy these fights tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got Miguel Berchelt versus Valdez. I got Berchelt winning that fight by 8th round TKO. Let me go ahead and do a prediction for AB right now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, he said, don't miss the fights fucking with that hand. That hand gonna put you out. Hey, you right, bruh. I'ma slow down though. You know what I'm saying? I'ma slow down. I ain't trying to be passed out when the fights come on, then I can't even do no reaction. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Everybody hit me up like, goddamn, did you see this? I ain't see shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'ma slow down, brother. We still got a whole day. I started my day early. You know what I'm saying? But look, I feel like AB gonna come out there with Santiago. I'ma say AB gonna get a stoppage. Fuck it. I'ma say AB gonna win by 10th round TKO. We gonna say 10th round. I'm just throwing some shit out there. AB gonna get a stoppage tonight. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my shooting percentage crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Robert Easter Jr. Gonna get a stoppage tonight. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Robert Easter Jr. gonna get a 9th round stoppage tonight. You know what I'm saying? But enjoy these fights, man. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Have a great rest of y'all day, man. Contender regime, boxing, and I'll holler at y'all.